we fought and beat the Intellect Devourer. Or should I say, I did. Linu fell very early on, and I fought that beast single-handed for over 25 minutes. As much as I appreciate having her around, having her talents with me, maybe it's a good time for me to get to know her better, and also to speak with the other adventurers in town and see if any of them would be a better fit. For now, we have the first piece of the cure, the brain of the Intellect Devourer. Let's get that to Lady Arabeth, and then have us a little talk. Welcome back to my Let's Play of Neverwinter Nights. I am an in-person dungeon master, and I have my Curse of Strahd campaign coming up on Saturday in 2 days. So I'm going to give myself a little recap booster on some role-playing and voice acting. So come along with me for the ride. This is going to be a lot of role-play in this session, so strap in. Let's talk to Lady Arabeth first.
Welcome. Do you have news of the missing water Davian creatures?
Uh-huh.
Or is there something else you need?
Oh no. I have recovered one of the reagents for the cure.
Well done. I knew you wouldn't let me down.
Explained about the Intellect Devourer in the prison. What a very broad statement.
That was the reason we lost contact with those in the prison?
Indeed.
As if the plague was not enough.
I know.
Where others have found only failure, you have discovered shining success. Neverwinter is in your debt.
You bet your ass it is.
Battling the plague has drained the coffers of Neverwinter. I regret I cannot offer you more than 500 gold pieces for all you have accomplished.
Thank you, Arabeth. You are most generous.
Is there something else you need?
I need to talk to you.
Of course. I will do my best to help with whatever you need to know.
Do you have any information as to where the creatures might be?
There are many rumors, and I would not like to give you any false leads. However, there is something that seems reliable. There are unsettling reports coming from the Beggar's Nest. Some say the corpses of plague victims are coming back as the undead. That might be worth investigating.
What? Oh, okay.
But there is no guarantee the reports are accurate. The creatures could be in any one of the city districts. I shall leave it up to you where you want to take your search. Is there anything else?
No. I think I better get going.
Farewell. May Tyr guide your steps.
Now, Gord doesn't love that Linu kind of runs in, and I was going to try to find someone else. But with all this undead running around the Beggar's Nest, maybe it's best to keep a cleric with me. But still, I should get to know this henchman that's come along with me. See what she's about.
Hey there, dear. What can I do for you?
I just want to talk for a while. I love chatting with you, but don't you think we should focus on your mission right now? If we're going to be working together, I'd like to know more about you. I guess that is understandable. I have been away from my home and friends for a long time now. I would like to get to know you too. All right, Gord, what questions do you have for me? Why did you leave your homeland? You don't start with the easy questions, do you? That is a bit of a difficult question to answer, but I will do my best. I had worked in the Temple of the Full Moon in Everesca for about 6 years before I left my home. I loved the peacefulness of the temple. But even there, accidents and tricks of fate made life difficult. It wasn't unusually anything big, just me in the wrong place at the wrong time. I don't know why, but I just didn't have any luck. Well, bad luck happens to all of us at one time or another. It's not always bad luck, though. Sometimes I can be a little gullible. That's what got me into trouble and sent away from Everesca. There's my journal update, right? That's what I want. I'm trying to kind of make the backstories of the adventurers kind of part of Gord's backstory, where he's having trouble with Linu, and I want to see what she's about, and also talk to the other adventurers and see if they're a better fit, and also to get their side quests. So trying to kind of mix those together a bit. I was collecting tithes one day when a heavily cloaked figure came begging at the temple. He looked like a starving child, so I took him inside the inner sanctum to get him some food, and when I came back, he was gone. There was also something else missing, something very precious to the church. What did the thief steal? Please forgive me, Gord. I can talk no more about this. We don't know each other well enough, and I can't share my most embarrassing moment with a stranger. No, Linu, I want to hear what you had to say. Please, Gord, I should not have said so much. We will talk about this later, but not now. There we go. Her journal quest has begun. Now let's talk with Tommy Undergallows. Even though I'm a rogue, Tommy might be a better fit. Let's find out.
Voila there. You have the smell of a prospective employer about you. Not that it's easy to smell anything with all the burning corpses in this city, mind you. Never seen this many flies outside of a Callum shot alehouse.
Who are you? Me? Why, I'm none other than the renowned rogue Tommy Undergallows. Grin to my friends. Tommy grin to the lasses and that damned halfling to anyone in a position of respectable authority. I can forgive you for not having heard of me. However, I hailed most recently from Callimport, and that's a long way for even my reputation to travel. I give it another week, personally. What are you doing in a church? I could ask you the same question, now couldn't I? Well, if you have to know the truth, I was being chased by a pack of hooligans the day before yesterday, when I darted in here. It seems like as good a place as any, especially considering the priests don't throw halflings out in their ears as a policy, like in Callimport. So I've been hanging out about looking for something to do. Do you always talk this much? Unless you're sneaking up for a good backstab or in the sack with a pretty miss, I really don't see the need for restraint. Silence is for the dead, although I hear they can be a bit chatty too at times. Running from your reputation, are you? I'm talking too fast. I want to slow down and make it more natural. Well, you strike me as a bit of a rogue yourself, my lord. Sometimes a reputation deserves to be run from, aye? Like a giant ogre with big feet and poor eyesight. You know how it goes, I'm sure. Rob some over-fat human caliph with piggy lips, kiss his daughter as a lark before you escape with the loot, and suddenly you're the most wanted man in Calimsham. How was I supposed to know that he was so sensitive about his daughter? I still say it was worth it. That took flair, and I have flair. Too bad Neverwinter didn't treat me any better at first. He hunted you for kissing his daughter? Well, I use the word kissing loosely, my lord. Trouble was, the lass was set to marry the Pasha's son, so long as she was a virgin. Well, what happened then? Neverwinter seemed to find enough city for an enterprising young halfling like myself, on the surface anyway. You'd be surprised at what people get away with here. They can take a perfectly innocent man, accuse him of simple pickpocketing, and throw him in prison without even so much as a trial. Well, not a very fair one anyway. That judge was mean. Fortunately, my stay in Neverwinter's fine prison system was a short one. I didn't arrange for my escape, oddly enough, but I was glad for it nonetheless. So Tommy was in the prison. That's pretty cool. I recorded this video earlier and paused recording at 12 minutes in and didn't notice, and so I missed the whole thing. So I'm a little hoarse now, but it's good practice for my voice acting. So you're a convict then? Technically, I suppose I am. Trust me, however, they have so many other things to worry about in that prison. Even if they thought I wasn't dead, they wouldn't trouble with me. The exact goings-on within the prison I'm not entirely aware of, my lord. To tell the truth, I'd only been in the prison for a few days and was just starting to think about how depressing life was when it all began. The warden of the place began babbling some nonsense and started releasing all the prisoners, even the truly despicable types, murderers, politicians, lawyers, you name it. I left the area quickly, of course, and wound up here at the temple. Nice, safe place to be. Last I heard, them prisoners were all tearing up the Peninsula District, making a royal mess. Not the lawyers, though. They were just overcharging. Why would the warden release the prisoners? This conversation is kind of past the point because I've already beaten the prison, but, well, I really can't say. Some of the other fellows were talking like they were some powerful prisoner who was controlling the warden and making him do these things. Sounds too strange to me. More than likely, he was brain sick with the plague. The entire Peninsula District is in an uproar, however. I don't think the local constabulary has it under control either. Come to think of it, I saw more than a few people getting attacked in the street in broad daylight. If you head to that part of town, you might want to take someone along who knows the roads, aye? Actually, I'm looking for some hired help to assist me on my mission. Oh, a mission, is it? My little pinky toes are quivering with curiosity. Or is that my danger sense? That would go a long way toward explaining my recklessness. Oh, well. What kind of mission are you on? I work for Lady Arabeth. I have been instructed to find several missing creatures that might be used to find a plague cure. So not only a mission, but a legitimate heroic deed performed for the benefit of a cute elf. I hear ya, my lord. I'd be glad to help out, for the right price. So let's negotiate a bit, shall we? I can place my superior skills of theft, lockpicking, and swordplay at your disposal for any task you choose, providing you can provide me with a nice payment now. I rather doubt you'll find anyone else of my skill available, my lord. 200 gold pieces seems like a fair bargain, don't you agree? I'll try to persuade. That's a little expensive. Oh, how about we split the difference? 175. Deal. Continue. I'm going to get to the end of that. And what I want is to talk to him now again to get his side quest going on.
Eh? What can Tommy do for you?
I just want to talk. Oh, what did you have in mind, my lord? I'd like to know more about you. Oh, it's a bit strange to have you ask me that, my lord. Most people think they know Tommy Undergallows well enough through his reputation. In Callanport, the tales of my deeds were the daily fodder of old men in the taverns. I do not speak of heroic acts, however. I am a halfling of the underworld, if you remember. What sort of deeds are you talking about, then? Oh, nothing so sordid and evil as you might guess. I've had fame and fortune aplenty more than once, and lost it all just as often. My most famous exploit, in fact, is one of the reasons I chose to come to Neverwinter, when I fled from Calamshad. You see, I'd spent the larger part of my years in Callanport in the employ of a powerful Medusa. She was a great power in the city's underworld, and that is no small feat for anyone, statue-making gaze or no. Medusa, are you serious? Quite serious. She had a fine head for business and was as ruthless as any cold-hearted sheik. Not as good with the face-to-face negotiations, though, if you take my meaning. I was in her employ to run errands, burglaries, message deliveries, walking her cat, assassinations, that sort of thing. I did my job well, too, and I was well known for it. The job had made me famous, however, was the last one she gave me. I was to infiltrate the house of the famous vizier Sabalon Vihid, and kill him. You were an assassin? That's horrible. If it's any consolation, my lord, I doubt I killed anyone who didn't deserve it. In Callanport, you do what you can to survive. We've business to undertake, I suppose. Perhaps I'd best tell the rest of the story another time. What do you say to that, my lord? I'd like to hear the rest now. Wow, you're more impatient than a drunk camel driver in line at the salt market, aren't you? Ask me another time and I'll tell you everything. There we go. Now let's get rid of Tommy.
Eh? What can Tommy do for you?
I think I'll do better off on my own. Well, what? Are you kidding me? You want to break up a great team? Yes. Go. Oh, fine, fine. I'll hang about here for a little while, then just in case if you change your mind. All right, now I have his, there we go, his little, each NPC has a little token. There's Linu's flower, Tommy's contract. Let's take her with me.
I hoped that you would return, so I waited here. I've hardly damaged anything since you left. I thought you'd be proud. May I join with you once more, my friend?
Yes. I shall try to breathe life back into you and your quest. Great. Now let's get out of here. This is going to be a lot of roleplay and a lot of voice acting. Probably no combat at all. But I like the mix in the game in general, where I've done some exploration, I've done a lot of combat, and now I'm doing social interaction. The perfect Dungeons and Dragons trifecta mix. For now, I've gone to the Adventurers Guild to talk to the other adventurers and see if any of them are better fits for me, which is a disguise because I just want the side quests. That's Dalen, right? Dalen Red Tiger. Let's talk to him first.
Greetings. I see you are not yet infected by the plague that ravages Neverwinter. Among such suffering and misery, we who are not yet afflicted must be grateful for our health.
Who are you? Oh, darn it. I am Dalen Red Tiger. Hold on. Of the Uthgard tribes of the frozen north, but it has been over a year since I left my people and came to Neverwinter. Now I earn my living as a blade for hire. You're quite well spoken for a half-orc. My father was an orc, and the blood of his inhuman race is in my veins, but I was raised by my mother among the tribes of the Uthgard. I'm sorry, but I don't know much about the Uthgard tribes. There are some in the city who call my people savages and barbarians, but they know nothing of the Uthgard. We are great warriors and hunters, following the herds and living off the land. My tribe is noble, but small. Among them there was little chance for a young warrior to prove himself or earn a wife. But I am young and strong, and my people are renowned for their skill in battle. Here in Neverwinter, I found work on the docks as a guard for the cargo and shipment being transported. Then what happened? The coming of the plague changed everything. The quarantine halted all incoming or outgoing ships. There was no work and no money. I should have left the docks then. Many of the dock workers were afflicted, men I had come to know as friends. I stayed to ease their suffering, but in the end, I could do nothing to save them from the wailing death. With my friends dead, there was no reason to stay in the docks. Not with things getting worse. Now I earn a living with my axe as a freelance mercenary. What did you mean about the docks getting worse? The quarantine trapped ships in port, swelling the numbers of pirates and other criminals in the district, men with no honor, and with the city guard focused on the plague, these evil men have seized control of the docks. An Uthgard warrior knows no fear, but I will not dishonor my tribe. I refuse to serve these men. I have not become a common thug or a murderer. Anything else you can tell me about these docks? Before I left, I heard talk in the district of an auction to be held at Jim Seedy's Tavern. Something besides the usual stolen merchandise, illegal goods, and helpless slaves sold at his filthy den of sin. The word spread quickly on the street. Perhaps I could have learned more before I left, but I had no interest in such transactions. I'm a warrior, not a smuggler. There is little else I can tell you about the docks, but I know the district is dangerous. If you intend to go there, you'd be wise to take along a hired blade. Actually, I'm looking for some hired up. It's just me and my mission. Yada, yada, yada. Work for Lady Airbeth. Yeah, let's get his quest going. Persuade. Oh, I didn't do it. Oh, well. Pay him the gold. There we go. My voice is a touch hoarse, too. Even still, so.
Yes? Is there something you need?
I just want to talk for a while. My strength is in weapons, not words, Gord. If you're going to be my henchman, I'd like to know more about you. I would ask, Gord, before I tell you about myself, you tell me something of yourself. Among my people, it is said that in knowing our companions, we come to know ourselves. I admit that I fight only for gold, but I know nothing of your motivations. Why do you serve Neverwinter during these darkest of times? I have seen too much death and suffering from the plague to stand idly by. You are an honorable man, Gord. I too seek honor here in Neverwinter, though of a different sort. I came to this city to make a name for myself, Gord, to forge a legend that even the tribe of my mother would hear. Instead, I found myself guarding crates and barrels against common thugs. Yet, even in the sordid world on the docks, my reputation spread. Several captains asked me to join their crews. Perhaps if the plague had not come, the name Dalen Red Tiger would have become a legend on the high seas. Don't worry, Dalen. Stick with me, and the bards will sing your praises. Perhaps it is for the best. Had I joined a ship's crew, it is unlikely the Uthgard would have ever heard of my accomplishments. My place is here, in the north. Ooh, there it is, my journal update. This is the land of my birth, and this is where I must fulfill my destiny. I will bring no honor to my mother's name by fleeing on a ship. I'm not getting enough passion or emotional ups and downs with it. I want to make it sound more authentic. Only if I stay can I hope to redeem the shame of my father's blood and end my exile. Exile? Shame of your father's blood? What are you talking about? Please forgive me, Gord. I became lost in the moment. The drums of glory momentarily distracted me from the task at hand. It will not happen again. No, Dalen, tell me what you were talking about. I want to hear it. Please, Gord, the things I said before, the words were, this is not the time to speak of such things. Perhaps later, I will speak more of this, but now, not. I'm talking too fast. Let's do... Ooh, that's Sharwin. Let's do her. Ooh, I didn't get rid of him. I want to get him back at his standing place. There's Linu waiting for me to pick her back up.
Yes? Is there something you need?
I think I'll do better off on my own. Yep, go. There we go. Now let's move his token. Where is it? Dalen's feather. There we go. And I'll do one more. And then be kind of... Well, let's do one more.
Who's this? Some poor soul straggling in off the diseased streets? Are you here to join our ranks and beg for an employer? Or are you actually here to hire someone?
Her voice is going to be a little tough because it's like a high-pitched girl voice and a slight English accent. So I'll do my best, but I'm not sure how well to come across. Who are you? My name is Sharwin, and I call this city my home. I seek adventure and excitement. If you seek the same, you'd be smart to hire me to accompany you. You're a local girl, are you? Does that make a difference? I see people I've known my whole life, falling to sickness all around me. I'd say that gives me more motivation than most. And incidentally, I am no girl. And if I don't seek adventure and excitement... Ooh, I'm going to pause for the boiler. And if I don't seek adventure and excitement... What is it to be then? Duty and honor? Power and riches? Somehow I doubt it matters, as I'm willing to bet you'll find adventure and excitement along your path regardless of whether or not you seek them. I am a caster of bardic magic, a master of all skills, and a teller of the oldest legends. And with or without your help, I intend to achieve my own fame in my time. One day, bards will sing their songs about me. I suppose such talk may make me seem arrogant to you, my lord. If so, I don't particularly care. I've known the path I was on for a long time. I left behind a life of riches to live the life of a bard. You left behind a life of riches? If my own family had had its way, I would be by now comfortably married to a wealthy man I could never respect, bored to tears in my large Black Lake District mansion. How odd a game the fates play. My family lies mostly dead now. And Black Lake is full of frightened fools who bury their heads in the sand and pretend the plague won't touch them. What do you know about the Black Lake district? Plenty. It is near to bursting with rich, frightened nobles who would rather wall off the district from everyone else and pretend the rest of the city doesn't exist than actually try to help. There are those within the district who are trying to rally the rich to aid the rest of the city, but their cries mostly fall on deaf ears. One day, the plague will come to them in force, and they shall regret their selfishness. Anything else you can tell me about Black Lake? I'm talking too fast, don't love it. Is there much else to tell? It is perhaps the one place in this city that remains yet orderly and plague-free, although getting inside its walls may be a bit of a problem. There are some elements of seediness, perhaps. Every place you find the rich, you find places where they can indulge their strangest tastes. I understand the local tavern's basement has its distractions. One thing I know for certain, if you intend to get somewhere in Black Lake, you'd best rely on charm rather than muscle, or bring a companion who knows the terrain. Actually, I'm looking for some help to assist me. I'm talking too fast. Damn it. Actually, I'm looking for some help to assist me. Oh, damn it. Okay, try to talk normally, not too fast. Actually, I'm looking for some help to assist me. Skip. So I understand. Might you be able to illuminate me as to the nature of this mission of yours? So I understand. Might you be able to illuminate me as to the nature of this mission of yours? Work for Lady Arabeth. Persuade. Okay. Let's get to her side quest.
Yes? Is there something you need?
I just want to talk for a while. Talk about what, Gord? I'd like to know more about you. You'd like to know more about me, would you? All right, Gord. I'm game for a little chit-chat. I want to ask you something first, however. Why are you on this mission of yours? Why work for Lady Arabeth at all? Did she bat her pretty elven eyes at you? Or is there some other force at work here that I'm unaware of? Why do you want to know? I asked first. What a silly question. So you did. I expect to be answered first. I'm talking too fast. I expect to be answered first before I say anything. Does that bother you? I cannot idly stand by while people suffer and die. Apparently I can, because I'm talking to the whole frickin' town. I suppose that is a fair motivation. I feel the same, to tell the truth, although I desire more out of this than just mere success. I desire fame above all else. I want to walk the path that others haven't, to make my own legend rather than recount others. I want to be thrilled and awed by my life, and when I look back on it, to regret nothing. This may seem shallow to you. I have my reasons, however, and I seek no one's approval. What do you think then, Gord? Do I have a chance at these things, traveling with you? Absolutely, Sharwin. Stick with me and you'll be famous. It's not going to happen. Promises, promises. I admit that there's something about your future that holds a great possibility. However, we'll see where it leads. Far better to make the attempt, I think. Far better even to perform great deeds and remain unknown than to not even try at all. Makes sense. I know where the normal path leads, believe me. The path of the expected. The path that everyone else wants you to lead. Down that path lies oblivion. Oblivion? What are you talking about? Death, Gord. Or as good as it is, or as good as it anyway. There are many ways to die that don't leave a corpse. If you wish, I'll tell you a tale, sometime, about my family and how I became what I am today. Ooh, journal update. That's what I want right there. You'll probably be bored to tears, as I'm certainly not the stuff of legends yet, but it's up to you. Tell me now? No, I'm not in the mood to tell you this. Too fast. I'm not in the mood to tell you this tale just yet. Of legends and fairy tales, certainly. But I only tell stories about myself when I'm ready. I'm sure there's plenty to keep us busy. Ah, my God. Ah. I'm sure there's plenty to keep us busy, correct? Lead on, Gord. There we go. Obviously, I have to work on my speech patterns with this. I'm trying to have fun with it, but also work on things that I have need of working on, that I think I do anyhow. So if I talk too fast during my games, it kind of, for me, makes it, kind of kills it a little bit. So I'm going to call it here. It's been about 30 minutes or so. Hope you're enjoying this quest to play this game and finish it one day, and also work on my role-playing as much as I am, my voice acting. So please comment, subscribe, like down below, and please subscribe, like, and comment down below. I'm new to this and stutter step a lot, so I hope you're enjoying it. I am loving this. I love this old game. So this is going to my playlist, and I have other videos. Watch those, like and subscribe. I have a t-shirt shop on Shopify, Jack's Ye Old Equipment Shop, with a t-shirt that says the great t-shirts game of 2024. I'm talking too fast and nervous. Okay, I'm done. I'll talk to y'all later. See ya. Bye.